Let's start with the nation. NLC, TUC, CNG reject 50% telecom tariff hike. Financial sector regulator rules out hyperinflation. Why Damagum should continue in office till December by NWC members. Ekweremado's wife returns from UK prison. Okwebolo recruits 500 teachers. NUC, pharmacy, physiotherapy, optometry, now 6 years courses. Georgie's second in command killed. UK to sustain collaboration with Nigeria on democracy. And federal government has spent 300 billion naira on FCT Council, says Wiki. Okay, which story are we starting with?
Okay, so this is welcome one. This is huge. The NUC has upgraded pharmacy, physiotherapy, optometry, undergraduate courses to 6 years, and they will be living with the doctor of clinical sessions instead of a bachelor's degree. So, you know, they have grades. You then have to go on and do specialization for you to get your doctors. So they live as farm, but now they'll be called doctors of clinicals. And according to the the acting director, public affairs of the National Universities Commission, Frank, said this move is to incorporate more clinical and practical sessions, improve the foundational courses coverage, and enhance clinical skills and address all specialty areas comprehensively. And also, this is according to her, you know, one of the best practices globally. But the NUC also said that those giving Doctors of Medical Laboratory Science program is illegal. So those people that have done lab sciences across universities should not be getting doctors. I don't know why this conflict is happening, but I welcome that for the pharmacy, physiotherapy, and optometry. They should not be called, you know, anything other than a doctor. Optometry is focused on the eye medicine, yes. And so I did not know that they were not giving the proper clinical title after their first session. So they used to do 5 years. Now they'll be doing 6 years, and they'll be living with the doctor clinical sessions. So I'm grateful for that. I'm happy for it.
I have Bello Turji. So troops of Operation Pansanyama have neutralized the second in command of notorious terrorist leader Bello Turji's Aminu Kanawa. The troops also inflicted injuries on some of Turji's closest allies, who include his younger brother Doso and Mbokolo, who is an associate. The Army Director of Defense said troops neutralized several key commanders of Bello Turji. They included Abudan Shehu, Jabidogo, Dankane, Bashiru Yellow, Kabiru, Bello Buba, Ina, and Kahonsania Yapi Bahaushe. I know a lot of people will find that, I mean, those who understand will find it interesting. So the military said they neutralized over 24 fleeing terrorists from Turji's camp, and in Gebe and Issa local government area of Sokoto State, as well as Gidan Regia in Shinkafi local government area of Zamfara State. The troops neutralized another notable terrorist kingpin. He is identified as Suleiman. He's a loyalist of the late notorious terrorist leader. They said that he was leading a reinforcement team to rescue Turji's camp when he was hit during the fight. So the army has described, you know, the death of Turji's men as a big blow to the terrorist network in the northwest, and he has reiterated the commitment of troops in eliminating terrorists, and that they would not relent on their efforts until they achieve their mission. So, you know, well, very grateful to the army, of course, for doing their job. We also understand the sacrifice, the ultimate sacrifice that, you know, they make on our behalf, and we just wish them, you know, all the best, success, and may this finally come to an end.
Okay, major headline. So a wave of opposition grew yesterday against the 50% tariff increase for the telecommunications. If you recall, the Nigerian Communications Commission had approved 50% tariff hike for the telcos. So Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, the TUC, that's the Trade Union Congress, and the Coalition of Northern Groups, the CNG, described it as insensitive. They said it came at a time where workers and masters are grappling with unprecedented economic hardship. Labour condemned the hike, saying it was a clear assault on workers, welfare, and abandonment of the people to corporate fat cats. According to me, it's like the government is more interested in helping these corporate capitalists than the people. TUC called it a one hike too many, while CNG called for immediate reversal. But telecoms operators disagreed. They backed the 50% tariff hike approved for users of telecom services, and mobile network operators hailed the approval by NCC, saying it was a good way to start the recovery of the ailing sector. How
do they expect the telecoms to continue
their work? They
are in it for profit. Yes. They're not a charity organization. I think they're directing their strike at the wrong.
I agree as well. I think
the wrong. But anyway, I took the story of the kidnapper. The kidnapper that they are charging to court. He had kidnapped a guy, Ibrahim Ojo, in Oyo State, and the DSS, they saw him into action, but they had moved him immediately to Kogi State. When they got to Kogi State, they started to text, call the family. So they traced the telephone to Kogi State. He gave them his bank account number. The family transferred 1 million. So that was how they were able to catch him. They caught him and they are charging him to court. They caught one of the kidnappers, Ali Mohammed. That was the name on the account as well. I mean, when you read it and you see how you can actually catch these people. He said he actually said they destroyed the SIM card after making but they still traced it with his phone. Maybe he destroyed the SIM card, but continued to use the phone. Yeah. So that's how they caught him. And they brought evidence to court.
Okay, The Punch. Kano Niger Republic Rail Project. Communities tackle federal government over compensations for 3,252 owners. Group asks AIG to probe controversial video on Mohbad's death. Alaafin, Owode puts traditional rights on hold, returns to Canada. Again, Anyanwu Ude Okoye clash over PDP secretary seats. Troops close in on bandit leader Turji, kill commanders and 24 militants. APC LP back INEC on by-elections, dismiss Falana's proposal. Next, oil exploration. Mossab faults Tinubu's meeting. Monarchs begin consultation. Okay, let's take one story for the break.
Okay, so the movement for the survival of the Ogoni people has flagged their exclusion from the meeting that the state's government and those they call the representative of the Ogoni people had with the president. So during the week, the governor of Rivers State, Siminalaye Fubara, and the council some members of the Ogoni people visited the president to talk about resumption of oil exploration in Ogoni land. And in that meeting, the story trended because, the FCT minister also jumped inside the meeting after a while. But then the movement for the survival of Ogoni people, who have, kept aflame the struggle, were surprised that they did not even receive an invitation for that meeting. They were not even informed of that meeting. And, they are still talking about the cleanup of the Ogoni land and, the death of Kensarowiwa. And so all of these are still alive and they want to resume exploration of oil in that area. The exploration has stopped in the 1990s due to some of these things that happened and local public interest. But Nigeria still has some of their pipelines traveling through the land. And so you still have the abuses, the pollution and all of that happening. And with them on this, I think the president should, recall that meeting and their interests. They are the people I believe would truly, truly reflect the interests of the people of that land. No land should have its resources mined in this country and abused and left impoverished because of their resources. This is something that we should never allow happen again. And Ogoni continues to be a symbol of that, and we should use that as an example to do better.
Let me go on a short break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.